Hi guys, welcome back to Lost in the Library. My name is Kate. Today I am doing an arc review over Blink of the Sun. This is by Ross Kingston. This is a start of a fantasy series about our main character, Salvatore, uh, who comes into contact with an artifact, and he suddenly gets a mysterious butler named Alistair, and they go on this journey of, well, they're trying to get to. So currently, when the book starts, they are in the sixth city, I believe, seventh city. My mind is blanking on that, but they are in the sixth city. They're trying to make their way into the first city, which nobody has done. He is now in possession of this artifact that is causing a lot of problems because now there are people after him because you have to be sanctioned to be able to wield said artifact, and he has it. And there's this mysteriousness around the butler character, Alistair, because he kind of just shows up out of nowhere, and he just he can be kind of sketchy. He's very loyal to a fault, and the Sal isn't really sure why he's so loyal to him. And I think Alistair's story is really, really interesting, and I'd wish that could be expanded upon more. The butlers and like how um their story, their lot, their lore behind them. Another good character was Kamino, who I believe that was how you said her name. She um, is this interesting character who runs with a werewolf, lack of a better word for that character. I really wish that she had got more screen time as well, because Sal is kind of just this generic main character. I hate to say it, but he is. He just kind of stumbles into everything. He gets the artifact and isn't really sure what to do. And he's got Alistair. He's trying to get to the first city, mainly because his family was kind of destroyed, and that's kind of his force into trying to get there. While along the way, he finds himself on top of a mountain being trained, because there's a whole training thing, and there's a religious aspect to what's happening with him. And I would like more on that. I think there could be some really interesting aspects to this world. The world building is where I think is the strongest, with the artifacts and the butlers and the idea of these multiple cities and this mysteriousness of the first city. I think is really interesting and would be the reason why I would pick up the next book of the series. I think Sal has a lot to grow, and he has a lot of character growth that he could go through. And since is the start of a series, I'm sure we haven't seen the extent of how much Sal would grow. And there's nothing in this book that wouldn't make me not want to pick up the second book, to see if the butlers are expanded upon, or Camino is expanded upon, even Dubonte. I'm probably butchering a lot of these names, and I apologize. There's a lot of interesting characters that I would like to see expanded upon and see where the story heads. Because there's a pretty big kind of I don't want to give away. There's a thing towards the end that makes me want to see where this story leads more into. So, yeah, this is a pretty good book. I ended up giving it a 4-star, I do believe. 3 or 4-star. 4-star. Characters I gave a 6. Characters could be worked on. Atmosphere, because the world building is pretty good. Writing I gave an 8. Plot I gave a 7 because it was a little confusing about after they leave the mountain. Everything after the mountain was kind of confusing to follow. Intrigue, I'm intrigued to see where the stories lead, the characters. So I gave it 8. Logic, I gave it 7. And enjoyment, I ended up giving it a 6. So, as you can see, I'm kind of struggling to remember some of it. So, for 3.5, 4-star is good for me. If you see that I have a spot right here, ignore it. But yeah, that is Blink of the Sun by Ross Kingston. If you haven't read this, I do believe that you can still go on Book Sirens, and request to read it. It is quite a big book because it is a fantasy. But if you would like to, you can go on Book Sirens and request an arc of this as well. And supports an indie author. So I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the YouTube things. Be a good cabbage today. Do something kind for someone, because even if that is for yourself, because self-care is important. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.